Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Alright guys, how's everyone doing? It's your homeboy XtremeTony. Welcome everyone to the weekly live stream for XGWL Live this Friday night. A lot of people are wondering why having what something that's for I was just so tired of working over 60 hours these past couple weeks. I'll try to put up the live stream start tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow night. And this, I really guys make episode of 7 o'clock on the TV. Opening contest, hustling downs, opening things up against Big Tournament before Nashville. Yeah, a lot of people have already jumped to 2K26. Like I always say, if you're watching, don't be sad at that on Christmas. One thing that's still nearing the loss of this. The means of Chuck Norris just keep going even after his passing. Because one thing since the 2000s, the internet has turned Chuck Norris into a bit of a demigod. He's just a man, but yeah, I get his legendary status. One of the best wrestlers of last time. Also kept the same goal. Oh, come on. Honestly, no surprises here from Hustle and Balance. They're so full of themselves, as they easily take this count-out victory. And now for the men's live title. Shoot! I'm just working over 60 hours a week and finding time to go to the gym and do laundry. The only thing I touch after cooking for myself. I need to start doing that again. The idea that's popped in my head before the servers get shut down is they only have 4 days to do this, but retire a few CEWs. And here comes the XGWL Men's Live Champion. A great veteran, 5-time Crusader champion, multiple-time Men's Live Champion, former professional champion. One of the greatest to never win the world title. Because one thing is, not every talent, not every Hall of Famer has won a world title. Like, you look at some of the best mid-carders in the world of wrestling, like a Scott Hall, like a Kurt Hennig, some would dare say a Coco Beware, like some of the greatest mid-carders in wrestling history. Wine. I think it's like wine and dine alive. So yes, Sherman, welcome. Glad you could drop in. Look at that. Nice bulldog by the stadium. Yes, glad you could drop in Apophis. Nice drop kick by Dragon Boy. Ooh. Look at this. And now the cover. I want to see that. Damn. And yeah, I accidentally pressed the button to change the camera view. There we go. Back to the hard cam view. That's a good way to put it, the Dragon versus the Riddler. Because that's what Mysterium is a bit of an enigma. A mystery, if you will, of who this masked wrestler from San Juan, Puerto Rico is. There's one thing, we've had so many great CW creators, the ones who create CW characters. Not just past, but also present. Because I'm on X like a lot, more than I really should, and I'm seeing like so many people put out some good CW characters, like that one guy Finch who created let's see, Sujin Park is one of my favorites from here. That's on WCBL currently. Because one thing is, there's 3 I want to retire. Let's see, I already have my mind. Because it's not locked in stone yet, but I already have them penciled in where I want to retire. What a springboard drop kick. And now look at this Irish whip to the corner. That's Dragon Boy. Let's setting up for a move from the corner. Let's see what's going to happen next. Nice diving hurricanrana from the middle rope. Now, the Mystery Man is fighting out of that. Another springboard enziguri from Mysterium. And not letting Dragon Boy pull off another springboard maneuver. Ooh, what a clothesline. To my knowledge, Mysterium is about 5'6", 200 pounds. And now look at that scoop slam. Getting hyped up. Ooh, damn, diving DDT. And now, cover now. 2. Oh, kick out. And now look at this. Oh, damn. A C4 from the middle rope. Cover now. 1, 2. Oh! And the springboard moonsault. See, this is why you love these Cruzeiro matches, because one thing, like, you don't always need weapons to make matches exciting. But there's a nice balance between, like, standard maneuvers and a bunch of flippy doos. But I love the cruiserweight. Actually, look at that Dragon Cutter by Dragon Boy. 1, 2. Oh. There's the titles on the line, and that means that it raises the stakes. As Dragon Boy setting up for another move from the top rope. Dragon Rod possibly? No. Oh, arm drag. And Mysterio trying to regain his composure. As Mysterio escapes the corner. And now look at this. A running kick. Nothing fancy about that maneuver. As we take the fight now to the outside. Ooh. Damn, look at that. Damn, clothesline, followed up by another one. And sweeps the leg. Man, this match has been a really good one between these two. Saw earlier that Mysterio will try to keep some distance for good reason, because Dragon Boy is just too quick. Still, even at his age, I know that Dragon Boy may have lost a step, but he still entertains. Or his charisma is. Ooh, going with another springboard into Yorkie. Oh, roll up! Damn, catch him off guard. Oh, damn. And Dragon Boy gets the win. Ooh-wee. Yeah, what an exciting match between these two. Neither held back in this one. And I do need some help sharing the links, please. And now for the women's live title. Oh my fucking. moonsault by Toxic. The one that would call Miss Goth thick. Favorite Goth chick. And Kendall Lewis with the distraction. One thing, if we could allow CEWs to be in the My Faction thing, and it was an XGWL edition, there would be a Kendall Lewis manager card for the My Faction. Let's see. If everyone on the XGWL had My Faction cards, see, the list of managers would include XtremeTony, Tammy, Kendall Lewis, Vincent McMary, and Alexander Romanov. Maybe Apollo too. And then include like I think I asked in the Discord if you guys plan on getting 2k26. I do like how, well, one thing is that now that I got the SSD chip working, it more than doubles the capacity of games I can hold on my PS5. And now look at this. Oh, Toxic turn. And now Kendall Lewis with another distraction. So look at this. Oh, stun gun and a neck breaker combination. Very lethal from Obsidian. 2! Oh, kick out by Toxic. Because one thing is, a lot of our seed up. Because one of the biggest challenges is always having to update to create all the CEWs on the roster and trying to make them look the same as in previous games. Oh, trying to go for a springboard moonsault, but Toxic got out of the way. Nice back body drop. As Toxic getting fired up. And now look at this, about to go for the Intoxicator. Oh, cover now. 1, 2. Oh. One of the reasons being to retire a few is because I do want to bring some fresh young talent onto XGWL. A few call-ups to the main roster. Ooh. Springboard body splash. And that's it. Terratox will change. Let's go live from Blacklist CEW now. Let's see, this one's going to be a hardcore rules match. Not every hardcore rules match needs to be a see here Wrath, the WCDL champion, going one-on-one against Jamari Mito. What's your play? Huh? What's your play? What's your Huh? What was it? What? Abuelito. Yes, Butch Banks. Jukwe! Hey! What are you... Jukwe, what are you doing? That's not for you. Here comes Mr. 100% violence. Because one thing I keep emphasizing is abilities to how well can you make a promo, because we've clowned a lot on the one Pierce part, because his promo skills is one of the worst I've seen in the 20 years I've been in CW. It's like the worst. There's like no enthusiasm, no character, no personality. And you think that's going to get him a world title shot? Hell no. Because a lot of us in CW have learned to have good promos. From the Raging Redneck Ray Geddes, the JC Wolf, Chris Herman Sampson, to myself with mainly various characters, from Trey Steele to XtremeTony to El Toro Extremo. There's one thing that to do one promo for one CW event, but for many different CW characters, it's like next time. As we get this match underway between these two, sort of a David versus Goliath match, as Raph has a 75-pound weight advantage, being 3 inches taller. So one thing I do emphasize on any particular, the managers will get below, because that matters. Size matters. Height and weight. That's why whenever someone new is new to the Discord, and they say, "Oh, I was doing my CW character," I send them to, I give the CW application. And the two of the things that I include is the height and weight. Because it coincides with the fighting style and how well that particular come into play with your CW character. Like someone of the size of Raph, that's just power. And that 6'6", 300-pound frame. And the MMA background of a 6'3", 225-pound Magneto. He's the first to put a deep hand on a hand. Good to know, deep hand on a hand. Damn, that's impressive for a 300-pounder to do that. And now the weapons are starting to come into play here. And just look at this track cannon for Magneto. And the steel chair. And big thinking from Magneto. Now look at this. Couple of strikes to the head. Raph trying to cover up. Good sound strategy by Magneto. And now look at this. Tommy cross armbar. Oh, that's it. All this stars on this button. He's wrong. Don't pay attention to him. Try to grab my little paw, try to reach for my hand and pull it close to his face. Connecting with the Hurricane Harvey beat. 2 count. Definitely certified 2 and 99%. And now Jamari Meal with steel chair in hand. Rack knocks it out of Jamari Meal's hands. Yeah, one thing about cats, sometimes they're quicker than humans. And now look at this Wrath with the Rings of Saturn. And Jamari Meal breaks out of it. The only two in CEW that can pull off the Rings of Saturn is Wrath and Trey Steele. And now look at this. Ooh. One thing to see though in XGW on the XGWL roster, no one really has a stunner as a finisher. And now cover by Wrath. 1, 2, and 2 and 99%. I don't know if that's by accident or by design. I don't know if it's by design. Okay, it was like that's Stone Cold's finisher. I don't know. Aside from Heaven Steen, who else would pull off the stunner? Ooh. That's Wrath picked up in there. Oh, look at that! Just throwing the chair right at Jamari Meal's head. And Jamari Meal took exception to that. Now, grabbing the table. Oh, hits him with the table, like whack. And just places it in the opposite, in the adjacent corner. One thing that I want to be able to do is get a new phone case and a new screen protector for his phone. And one thing is, my phone looks way better than it did before. Yeah, I got it at the mall. I was looking that right share out. I didn't have any phones to pick up, phone screen protector, a phone case, so I bought a new one because one thing is like I dropped this phone so many times in the previous 4 to 5 phones combined. Oh, kabong with that guitar. Maybe I got that from one of the Hanna-Barbera cards. So it's calling it a guitar instead of guitar. Damn. There's like a... What's the name of that one horse that inspired by Zorro? Like El Kabong. That's how let's call it guitar instead of guitar. Or when it comes to someone playing that instrument, I do call it a guitar, but as far as like in wrestling, using it as a weapon, it's a guitar. Oh, that's a good list. My favorite Canadian crest. Look at this full Nelson. Well, if I do want to treat myself, it will be a good screwball, that peanut butter whiskey. Damn, nice clothesline. Leaving them disoriented after me having like 3 drinks of screwball. Okay, awesome. See, of course, that would make him Alice Blackwell's the brother to Alice Blackwell. Because you know who I have in mind? Because we don't talk. I don't talk much about. Because I haven't really established relationships aside from the local / Wright family. The local / Wright family tree. And younger brother of Alice Blackwell. Because Brianna Loco, the daughter of XtremeTony and Tim, but there hasn't been too many other relationships I've explored. And now the cover by Jamari Muto. And that's it. That's the 3 count. And Jamari Muto wins this little match between in this hellacious hardcore rules match. I know Jade Kim is married to someone on the roster, just haven't established who exactly, or Ruby or Lisa Vasquez. Right. Because you guys have heard stories how often wrestlers hook up in the locker room, like how the relationship between a certain Bulgarian brute and a fake Russian. Okay. Next. Let's see. I would say Alice Blackwell's younger brother for sure. And then I'm going to have to ask JC of one of his CAWs. That's for sure. That's because I got Jaquay Woody A. Jaquay. Look at because Jaquay's like looking at me, still wanting my attention. I think one of the best ideas I've ever had in CW is a iron table match. I've always pictured Brandon Thompson. Originally, I've always pictured Brandon Thompson bleeding. And Peter Blackfield the third. Okay. Born in 2005. Almost the same age as Brianna Loco. Given how old Alice Blackwell is, I would have thought that she would have had a kid already. always pictured Brandon Thomas picking up the movie fighter. But I never put any thought into it. So those are like brainstorming ideas that never been fleshed out. Another idea of here comes Atlanta's finest showman, 5'11", 212 pounds, from Atlanta, Georgia. So yeah, no longer in the Cruzeiro division. Since winning a few world titles under his belt, Brandon Thomas has decided to up his weight to be taken more serious in the heavyweight division. He can still pull off some of his high flying maneuvers, but he's definitely got a. I know he's more in line with that Japanese junior heavyweight style. Not as much flipping around as in like a lucha libre style in the Cruzeiro division of 205 weight limit, but oh yeah, let's get the Irish whip, ducks underneath. Damn, look at that! Let's grab slam winner in wrestling championship wrestling. The Southern California CW. The Southern California Wrestling Alliance. So yeah, this is an iron table match. One thing that I'm wondering, how come nobody in wrestling ever come up with the iron table idea? It's like, how many times can you put your opponent through a table? Because right now it's just more ring psychology here than because like mind games are being played. Damn, look at that drop kick. Damn, just smacks him with the table as the table slips to the outside. And so far, no one has gone through a table yet. Look at that DDT. I may have to update Brandon Thomas' moveset a bit to reflect more of his added weight. A few less high-flying maneuvers, but yeah, the added weight is definitely unnecessary step. There's one thing to date, the only Grand Slam winner in the men's division XGWL has been Sherman Sampson so far. Because the requirement is the world title, the being one half of the tag titles, the Pro Championship, and then a tertiary title, i.e. either the Cruzeiro title or the Pure title or the U.S. title. With a nice German suplex. Ooh, nice corkscrew forearm shot. And just smacks him with the table again. And with 3.5 minutes passed in this match, there's still no one has gone through a table yet. And El Noveno trying to go for a baseball slide again. Ooh, kick to the back. As the table just flailing around. As we bring the action back in the ring. And we're already past 4 minutes in this one. Ooh. Yeah, well, I wish that would have counted. Well, that thing was perfectly placed for someone to go through it. And now El Noveno grabbing a hold of what you play. Huh? Huh? What's that mean? Huh? What's that mean? Yeah, steel steps. Huh? Now, El Noveno saying people inside the ring, and Brandon Thomas grabbing the third table. Yes. 6.5 minutes and still no one has gone through a single table. Oh, there's good change here. Look at this. Look at this. El Noveno. Oh! As El Noveno scores the first point of the match in this iron table match. That's what no one in the world of pro wrestling thought about it. Iron table matches. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I would love to see that actually happening. If someone in the world, in actual pro wrestling, put up an iron table match. And now El Noveno looking for a powerbomb. Oh, and Brandon Thomas goes to another table. as the score is 2-0. Damn. Oh, damn. Face first in that knee. Walking Brandon Thomas face first in that table. Just probably got a door. But it's definitely not a ding dong. Hello. As for 9 minutes have already passed, and as we're counting down, 3, 2, 1, hey. So this next match is going to be a ladder match. A 6-woman. One day with Tammy. I need to think about the next episode of Tammy's Dancing with Wrestling. Her mini podcast that she does. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, I do recommend it. Because Tammy touches on one bit of news that's currently going on in CW. The other part is a story from the past. And yes, there's a reason why I called it Dancing with Wrestling, because of a dance background and Tammy being the vindictive Valley Girl. Let's play. And you see there the XGWL Women's Tag Team Champions, the Beehive, Ruby Carter and Lisa Vasquez, with Tammy leading the way. The one thing I just saw is Nick Gemini has a CW out of 2K26. The XGWL Women's World Champion, the wonderful Rebel, Ravi. Welcome to play. So here's Showbiz Navy. I got my pinched nose or something. Eddie driving the briefcase. Let's go to my main event. So. That's so funny. All American versus the trouser snake of poo poo. Alright, let's start wrapping things up. I know it's getting a little late. Alright, so if you like what you see, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and share throughout all the social platforms. So with all that being said, it's been your homeboy XtremeTony. Thank you for watching. Como siempre, I bid you guys adios, and we'll see you next time.